No, after close fillers are rather easy, should not be a problem. And parajumble, a little different. If you get it right, a little surprising. There's a reason for that, I'll tell you later. Errors, rather easy. Usage, difficult. The last 10 questions are rather difficult, not easy. Passage, you should get 7 out of 10. Close, you should get 3 out of 5. Fillers, 3 out of 5. Parajumble, we cannot say. Errors, 3 out of 5. Usage, 5. Total, not difficult, between 21 and 25. Good score between 25 and 30. And good attempts, 32 and 35 out of 40. There are 2 traps. One is parajumble. The other one, the last 10 question, usage. They are like traps, not easy. Shall we see the first question? 51 to 60 about passage. What is the passage about? Small savers, and also it is about saving to some extent, Indian context. So I'll read out the first question. Do you have the same paper? Yes. According to the passage, what is the reason for financial literacy? Please, illiteracy. Please make the correction. It is not financial illiteracy in India. Underline the word reason for financial illiteracy in India. What is the first one? Lack of financial awareness, lack of literacy among people, lack of RBI's initiative at grassroots level, both 1 and 2, none of these. Have you read the passage? So what is the answer? The third option, lack of RBI's initiative at grassroots level, mentioned clearly in the passage. They are not focusing on the grassroots level, they are focusing in urban areas. Write, underline the expression grassroots level and write the meaning of that. Grassroots. First you write the expression grassroots, means the lowest level. The lowest level, the village level, you could write any of these. Lowest level, village level, grassroots. So answer is the third option. Have you got it right? Yes, sir. Or which one have you gone for? Have you gone for the first option? What is the question here? What is the reason for financial illiteracy? Financial illiteracy, you cannot say the reason lack of financial awareness. That cannot be the answer. At the outset, you may get tempted. But in the passage, it has been clearly mentioned what is the exact reason. RBI's initiatives, yes, no doubt, but not at the grassroots level. And in one paragraph they have mentioned they usually focus on urban population, not rural population. Grassroots, rural population, village level. I hope you are satisfied with the answer. Shall I go to the next one? Question number 52. What can be the suitable title of the above passage? Lessons on illiteracy or literacy. That's too general, reject. Financial awareness, hold that one. India is a poor financial literacy, hold this also. Education initiatives, is it about education? No. A weak financial system? No. You have to decide between the second and the third. But financial awareness, too general a statement. What is this passage about? India's poor financial literacy. Answer is the third option, obviously. What is not true? Please underline not true according to the passage. Financial initiatives are contrary to a conventional efforts. Is that true or not true? It is true. Financial initiatives are contrary. Conventional efforts what? They should touch the grassroots. But financial initiatives are contrary to the conventional efforts. The passage talks about conventional efforts touching the grassroots. But they're contrary. Contrary means what? They're not touching the grassroots, they're touching the... Do you find that expression anywhere? All of you please go to the last paragraph. Which sentence is it? No, tell the sentence number. Last paragraph. What does it say? Financial inclusion initiatives such as the Jan Dhan Yojana or the Jan Suraksha Yojana, far from putting the cart before the horse, are just what small savers need to escape the clutches of. They are the need. A question is about what? Initiatives. Please underline the first option. Financial initiatives. All of you please go to, there is one context, somewhere it talks about focusing on urban population. Please go to the second paragraph, all of you. Please go to the second paragraph, the fag end of the paragraph. But the key problem with most of these initiatives is they don't deliver basic financial literacy at the grassroots level. Do you see that? Yes? No, that's student. You see that? So delivering at the grassroots level is what? Conventional effort. But they're not doing that. That means what? Contrary to a conventional effort. That means it is true. But the question is what? Not true. Shall I continue? Option number 2, lack of money in the investor protection fund. This is true or not true? In the passage clearly mentioned that is not a problem. Money is there. So much money is there. That means it is not true. Hold this one. Less than 50% people are financially literate. The passage talks about how many people financially literate. About 30%. 70% not literate. That means how many are literate? 30%. So less than 50% true or not true? It is true. So question talks about what is not true. Based on this, what is not true? The second option, am I right? So which option says only the second option? First option is the answer. Lack of money in the investor protection fund. Lack of money is not true. Question talks about not true. I hope you are convinced. Have you read the passage? Are you guys ready for the session? Session is on. Yes, sir. According to S&P's report, what is true? Where is this S&P report? Where do you find that? At the fag end of the passage, am I right? The last paragraph. Another interesting finding of the S&P survey is that people who already have access to products such as bank accounts and bank loans, even if poor, have a far better understanding of financial concepts than those who don't. Which option talks about that? Poor people who hold accounts in banks have better understanding of financial terms. Same thing has been mentioned. Hold the first option. What is the second option? Poor people are more literate than rich ones. Is that true? Not mentioned. 76% of Indians are financially literate or illiterate? Illiterate. Both 2 and 3, none of these. So what is the answer here? The first option is the answer. Yes? Is it question number 55? What is the key reason that most of the initiatives are facing today? Lack of money flow? No. Lack of basic financial literacy? Hold that one. Lack of basic access to savings? No. None of these, all of the above. So what is the answer? The second option is the answer. Lack of basic financial literacy. Yes? 56 to 58, what do they want? Similar meaning or opposite meaning? Similar meaning. Prevalence. First you write the word prevail. Prevail, from that you get prevalence. Prevail has 2 different meanings. Write the first meaning. Prevail means to exist, exist, exist. Then you write the combination. Second meaning, second time you write, first time prevail, exist. Below that you write prevail upon someone or something. Prevail upon someone or something means to force, to force. Prevail upon something, to force something, upon someone, to force someone. A different connotation altogether. But here prevalence, where is the word in the passage? The second paragraph, the prevalence of financial illiteracy. So what do you understand? Existence, in usage. Scope, not relevant. Descending. What is opposite of descending? Ascending, go up, ascend, come down, descend. Not relevant here. Vogue, this is a new word perhaps. Please write the meaning of the word vogue. Vogue means very popular, one meaning. Popular. Also write in usage. In usage. Usually it goes with the fashion industry. Write one expression. Long hair, long hair. I'm talking about men. Long hair for men is in vogue. You can change it to past. Long hair for men was in vogue. If you remember 80s and 90s, courtesy Dhoni. Remember, you all know Dhoni. Would have long hair. That was in vogue. The guys would want to have long hair, one earring. So that was in vogue. Means fashion, popular, spread everywhere. Hold this option. Vague. Write the meaning of that. Vague means what? You have got many a time. Not clear. Not clear. Also write ambiguous. Write the word ambiguous. Promote. Now what is the answer here? It cannot be scope, it cannot be descending, it cannot be vague. You have to decide between vogue or promote. It is a third option, vogue. Please make a note. Copious, where is the word? Second paragraph, middle of it. Such initiatives have not been constrained by a lack of funds. Copious amounts of money flow into the investor protection funds. So positive or negative? Positive. That means a lot of money. What is the first option? Meager. Meager is opposite. Plenty opposite, meager. Meager means what? A little. Less, negative word. Poor, negative word. Rare, not relevant here. And what is the last word? Ample. Write the meaning of that. Ample means abundant. Abundant. Copious also means the same. So what is the answer? Copious means ample. Expend. Write the meaning of expend. One meaning, from this you get, also write the related word expenditure. Also write one more word, expendable. Expendable. Expend. It is like using something in a way. What is the first option? Hoard. We have got this word many a time. As a noun, hoarding. Please write the form. Hoarding. Hoard is a verb. Hoarding is a verb as well as a noun. I will give the meaning as a noun, hoarding. Write the meaning. An advertisement board. Hoarding means what? Advertisement board. British English we say hoarding. American English we say billboard. Also write the word billboard. Advertising board. If you go out, you see Chennai Silks, something else, big boards. What are they known as? Hoardings. British, billboards, American. But hoard as a verb has a different meaning altogether. Please write the word hoard, write the part of speech verb, and write the meaning to store something illegally. To store, S-T-O-R-E, to store something illegally. And write one expression, hoarding is illegal. Hoarding, I will elaborate that idea. Hoarding of essential commodities. Hoarding of essential commodities is illegal. Imagine the petrol bunk owners that get the news after 2 days the price is going to shoot up, price of petrol. What they do, immediately they put up the boards, no stock. They have the stock. That means what? They hoard the stock. They say no stock, no stock. For 2 days they don't sell. Today the price is 100 rupees per liter. After 2 days it is going to be 120. So if they hoard the stock, what is the benefit? Then they can make extra buck of 20 rupees per liter. Now you got the meaning. Store illegal. Is that the answer? No. Gather. You all know the word gather. What is a better word? Simple answer, no use. You don't have to come here. Value addition is important. Please write the word muster. You have got this word many a time. Gather goes with everyday English. It doesn't have any special connotation. But muster also means gather. It goes with, please write, muster courage. Courage, confidence. Muster confidence in crisis means what? Gather confidence, gather courage. Not relevant here. Maintained, not relevant. Save, again not. It is like spending. What is the fourth option here? Disburse means what? To spread out. Write the meaning of disburse. To spread, to distribute. You said distribute? Yes, very good. Please write distribute. Generally we use another form, disbursal. Write the expression disbursal, disbursal of funds or money, disbursal of funds, a typical expression. Economy related. So what is the answer? Expend means what? Disburse. The fourth option is the answer. Have you got it right? Only a few students try to respond. You don't lose anything. Now he wants opposite. Affluent. First you should know the meaning of that. Where is the word? Here you see urban savers. The last word in bold in the passage. The first page, second paragraph, at the fag end of the page. Affluent urban savers. Do you see that? So what do you understand? Positive word or negative word? Positive. Financially speaking. Write the meaning of that. Very rich. Affluent means very rich. Someone is very rich, you say he is very rich, and write the combinations here. Use this symbol and write affluent society. Rich society. Western societies are rich. We use the term affluent societies. Also write the word affluent community. A rich community. There are two idiomatic expressions, or rather expressions which are a little controversial, contradictory, but they are part of standard English. First you write the word filth. Write the meaning, part of speech. Filth, noun. Filthy, adjective. Filth means dirty, a negative connotation. But someone is extremely rich. We use a word, we use the expression, please write, filthy rich. Here it changes to positive meaning. Filthy rich means what? Extremely rich. Nothing to do with dirt. Hope you are listening carefully. Filth, dirt, but filthy rich, very rich. The same way, write the word stink. Stink, part of speech, noun. What is that stink? I can't bear this stink. What is the meaning of that? Write the meaning, bad smell. Bad smell, better word, stink. But someone is very rich. What do we say? Please write the expression. He is stinking rich. Filthy rich, stinking rich. Same meaning, extremely rich. But stink has a negative connotation. You have a question? Yes, filthy also has. As I said, filth as such a negative word. Primary function, negative. I appreciate you. Write one more combination, all of you. Please write. This is what I expect from students. Please write filthy language. Filthy language, dirty language, foul language. Foul. Foul language or dirty language. That is a negative connotation. That is a paradox. What is the problem with English? Same word, positive meaning, negative meaning. That leads to confusion. So, affluent, you got the meaning. Is it famous? Opposite. Opposite should be what? Rich or poor? You have to choose a better word, a synonym for poor. Rich, same. Moneyed, more or less positive. Inevitable, nowhere related to this context. Still write the meaning of the word inevitable. Unavoidable. I think you got this yesterday. Your success is inevitable. Means what? Your success is unavoidable. No one can stop, nothing can stop. And what is the last word? Destitute. Please write. A very poor person. Very poor. Extreme poverty. Extreme poverty. Penury. Penury, you have related word you have said. Very good, I appreciate that. All of you please write the word penury. That also means the same. Penury also means very poor. But this word has got a connotation. What is it? Write the plural form, destitutes of Calcutta. Please write. Destitutes of Calcutta. You all know Mother Teresa. She got a Nobel Prize. Actually, she doesn't belong to our country. She was an Austrian. There's a country called Austria, not Australia, in Europe, Austrian nun. And when she visited West Bengal, especially Calcutta, she happened to see a lot of destitutes in the streets of Calcutta. Then she made up her mind to help those destitutes. And she started that NGO, and their work was to help the destitutes in Calcutta. Destitutes means very poor people. And for that she got the Nobel Prize. That is the story behind. So the word destitute, whenever people write about Mother Teresa, inevitably they mention the word destitutes of Calcutta and West Bengal. So what is the answer now? Obviously the fifth option is the answer. Affluent, destitute, opposite. Mandatory. Mandatory means what? Compulsory. What is the opposite? Optional. This is rather easy. First option, compulsory, same. Third option, compelling. You got this word yesterday. It has two different meanings. One is force, the other appeal, appealing. Forcible, reachable. Is that the last question related to the passage? Surprisingly, this close test, only 5 blanks. All the 5 you should get, should not be a problem. About Jamshedji Tata, a great personality. Jamshedji Tata is to be the pathfinder, please underline the expression, pathfinder of modern industrious builders. I said underline pathfinder. For that you could also use another word, please write pioneer. You all know the word pioneer, the person, first person to do something. Pioneer when it comes to industrial growth, industrial development in our country. Jamshedji Tata is what? Agreed to be? He cannot agree, we have to consider that way. Empowered to be? No. Determined to be? That you cannot say. Considered to be? Rewarded to be. So we consider someone the leader, we consider someone the pioneer. So do you think the word is right or wrong? Which word is right? Fourth option. Tata is considered to be the pathfinder of modern industrious builders. He is known as the grandfather of the Indian industry for his acumen and enthusiasm. This is a very good word. Please underline the word acumen and write the meaning of that. Skill. First you write the word skill. Then you write the word shrewdness. Do you know, have you heard of this word shrewd? Shrewdness. Shrewdness. Skill, shrewdness. We use the word acumen. And there is a standard combination. Please write the combination. Business acumen. Business acumen. That's a standard combination. Generally we say someone is good at doing business, we say he has business acumen, means business skill, how to do business. And enthusiasm, what is the other word for enthusiasm? First you write the word zeal. Also write the word interest. Not exactly the direct, not related directly, but please write the word curious. When you have the interest, you become curious, obviously. You all know that word. What is the other word, better word for curious? Please write the word. I wanted you to learn that word. Inquisitive. Please write the word. Inquisitive means curious, ready to learn all the time. Usually we use the word inquisitive with children. Children are always inquisitive, ready to learn, curious to learn. Shall I go back to the passage? So he is known as the grandfather of the Indian industry for his acumen and enthusiasm. Nobody else could have of the new industry started by Jamshedji. Could have what? Could have, please underline. After that, which part of speech are you supposed to use? Could have done, could have gone, could have won, a verb. Now, thought, is it a verb? You have to respond. Think, thought, hold that one. Ventured, is it a verb? Yes. Set, is it a verb? All the 5 options verbs, so no point in asking. Nobody else could have thought of the new industries. Seems right or wrong? Hold that one. Nobody else could have ventured. After ventured, you cannot use the preposition of. Write the preposition ventured into. It takes the preposition into. He has ventured into a new field. Into. So it is not right. Can you use the word set in this context? Set off. Nobody else could have planned off the new industries. Seems right, hold that one. Absolve, that's a good word, please write. Absolve means stop blaming someone. To stop blaming or accusing someone. To make someone free of blame. Both mean the same. But there is a better word, this is also a good word. All of you please write the word. Exonerate. Exonerate also means stop blaming, stop accusing. Absolved of the case, stopped free, clean chit. Exonerate also means the same. Does it go with this context? No, mark it wrong. So what is the answer? Nobody else could have thought of. Answer is the first option. Thought of what? The new industry started by Jamshedji at the time when industrial and revolution. So 2 words they should go together. One is revolution and the word before that also should be related to that more or less. What is the first one? Can you use the word acts and revolution? Not the right combination. Machinery and revolution? No. Awakening and revolution? They seem right. Factories and revolution? No. Imports and revolution? No. So what is the answer here? At the time when industrial awakening, first awakening, then revolution. Awakening and revolution was yet to come to India. You all know where it started, industrial revolution. Where did it start? Europe, the US, and Europe especially the UK and France and Germany also. Seats of industrial revolution. Shall I go to the next one? Jamshedji's father, Nasarwanji Tata, used to trade in jute with China and Britain. He started from India. Can you use the word industries? He started import from India. Hold that one. Trade from India. Hold that also. Dispatch from India. Can you use the word dispatch? Reject that one. He started export. What is the previous sentence here? Used to trade in jute with China and Britain. So it should be either import or export. Will you say export to China or export from China? Export from India, export to India. What is the right word? Both are right, depends on the context. I don't want to confuse you guys, okay? Now tell me, from your side, is it import from India or export from India? Export from India. Import, what is the preposition? Import to India. So answer is the 5th option. Export from India. Trade also right, but already they have used the word trade. See here, then it becomes It is like adding more information to the previous sentence. What is the previous sentence? Used to trade in jute with China and Britain. Again, you cannot say he started trade from India. That is a redundancy. Trade already mentioned, then you cannot use. That's a good doubt. Shall I continue? Jamshedji started a cloth mill in Nagpur more than 100 years ago. At that time, almost all the imports, cloth, previous sentence, please underline, he started what? Cloth mill. The word is cloth, keyword. Hold the second option. All the machines, can you use the word machines here? Industries and goods. So what is the answer here? At that time, almost all the cloth used to come from Lancashire in England. So what is the right word here? What is goods? All the goods. But here what is it about? Always underline the context. See, I am doing it a bit fast because of 40 questions. Had it been 30 questions, I would have explained differently. What is the previous sentence? Jamshedji started a cloth mill in Nagpur more than 100 years ago. Now the context is about what was the situation 100 years ago. And it talks about someone starting an industry, and related to that, which industry? Cloth industry. Related to that, the next sentence talks about, at that time, we would get cloth from somewhere. It is related to the context. 100 years ago, someone started a cloth industry. Why did he start? Ask the question, then you get the answer. Imagine that time you were getting cloth from abroad. No need to start. One situation, get from there, be happy. Another situation, when you import, you have to pay more. You manufacture, you get from within the locally, then the prices come down. Then what is a better business option? Importing or starting your own industry. Today you take Arrow shirt, #1 brand in the US. If you go to Banjara Hills or Jubilee Hills, you come across Arrow showroom. Original Arrow shirt from the US imported, that costs minimum 5,000. Minimum one shirt 5,000. Directly imported. The other, you can also get Arrow shirts in other showrooms. They are not actual Arrow shirts. They are franchises. They can use the tag, the brand name Arrow. And what these people do, Indians, they get them manufactured in Tirupur. In Tamil Nadu, there is one place known for T-shirts and shirts. Tirupur Textile Industry. Have you heard of that? So what they do, they try to use a cheap material and they put the tag Arrow shirt, Arrow T-shirt. And the cost of that is only 800, 1,000 or 1,500 maximum. So which saves your money as a businessman? Will you import or will you make it manufacture here and put a tag and sell? That is the context. Based on that, the writer says, at that time, almost all the cloth used to come from Lancashire in England. Expensive. What Jamshedji did was praiseworthy. Underline the word praiseworthy. Praiseworthy means what? Highly appreciable. Please write the meaning of that. Highly appreciable. Tell me, why was it highly appreciable? Goods, your doubt, you said goods. Goods, first problem, general term. Goods could be, anything is a good, am I right? Goods, cotton, cloth, silk, gold, anything. But the context talks about what? Cloth mill. And it was praiseworthy. Why was it praiseworthy? Today we get soft drinks from where? You know, soft drinks, Coke, Pepsi. Where do we get them from? The US. The brand belongs to India or the US? Now, all the money generated in our country from selling the soft drinks, Coke and Pepsi, 60%, the lion's share goes to the US, the parent company. If you read an article related to multinational companies, the pros and cons of multinational companies, the pros and cons of globalization, they mention this. Pros and cons, advantages, disadvantages. What are the advantages? Indigenous companies, local people can be developed and employment can be generated. And also business can be done, positive. What is the negative? Whatever sales in this country, the lion's share means major portion goes to The parent company. Where is the parent company? In India or in the US? So who is getting benefited in a way? We are not getting benefited. They sell KFC. Who is getting benefited? American company is getting benefited. Pepsi, Coke, they are getting the money. We are getting peanuts. Nothing. Only meager amount we get, some percentage. That is the context. I hope you got it. So it was praiseworthy. Why was it praiseworthy? Because they stopped importing and they started manufacturing locally, indigenous factory. Shall I continue? Fine. What is the answer here? 65. Yes. Still how many? Oh, is that the last one? So they concluded with that was praiseworthy because imports are always not advisable. Today if you take the developed countries, they are the rich countries. Why? They manufacture or they outsource and they sell across the world. Because of that, they are rich and they obviously become richer. You tell me one product which is manufactured in our country and which is sold across the world. Quickly, any one of you. Tell me one product with made in India tag and international brand. No tie-ups, nothing. Which one? Flying machine. Is it an international brand? I don't think so. How can you say that? When I say international brand, what I mean, that means the export flying machine. Today when it comes to exports, you don't find made in India labels in the US departmental stores. You don't find because the standards are not up to the mark. When I say international brand, what I mean, a brand like Arrow. Arrow sells in Japan. Across the world, anywhere, there's a craze for Arrow shirts. There's a craze for Nike shoes. There's a craze for international brands. Any Indian product with that much craze, the product made in India label, the name of the product, the brand, it should sell like hotcakes around the world. Name one. I don't think flying machine belongs to that category. Absolutely no. That's what I'm trying to talk about. Today we take a lot of pride. Certainly we have to take, it can be justified. When it comes to culture, hope you guys are listening. Shall I continue? Master is here, not outside the room. If you take culture, we can say East or West Indian culture is the best. You can take a lot of pride. And Westerners are crazy about Indian culture because it is full of spirituality, values, ethics. They can learn so much from us. Their culture is materialistic. And when it comes to manufacturing sector, India is nowhere in the world. If you take the world map, nowhere near that one. You have the brands from the US, brands from the UK, brands from Germany, brands from Japan. Surprisingly, today, if I ask you a question, Chinese products, good or bad, what will be your immediate answer? Bad. That is very unfortunate. Do you know something? Today, if you go to the US, all the departmental stores, all the shops, you see made in India, made in China labels, all the products are Chinese products. This happened to Japan in 80s. I worked with Americans for 3 years, a university called Wisconsin University in the US. An American was telling me, a friend of mine, Edward, he was to come to India, he was at the airport, time was there to catch the flight, and he wanted to buy a few stuff. He was going around shopping, and he saw so many products, almost every product, made in Japan. And he wondered whether he was in the US or in Japan, because everything made in Japan tag only. Today the same situation in the US, but not made in Japan, made in China. Then you may ask, sir, what we get here, Chinese products are very bad and very cheap. Am I right? That is a problem. We think what we know is the ultimate, but there's something more. The situation here, China makes both the best products in the world and the worst products in the world. The bad products come to our country. This is a fact, I'm not joking. The best products, they go to the US. In the US, any third-rate product will not be entertained. Indian shirts, Indian t-shirts, quality-wise, no problem to some extent. Once I attended a workshop on exports. So, Indian products are rejected in the US. Why? The speaker was telling, when our guys pack a shirt or t-shirt packed, they use pins, rusted pins it seems. When they pack, they use the pins rusted, you know the word rust, and they don't fold properly. And imagine a product with rusted pins goes to the US, will they accept? They're so conscious about the quality. They're so conscious about the standards. So Indian exports made in India label, usually in the US, not acceptable because of poor quality, poor standards. Then why these products to our country? Indians have a peculiar expression, strange expression. What is it? When they go to a shop, they say, show me something that is cheap and best. Cheap and best. This goes only with this country. Others, they don't understand what is this cheap and best expression. It is meaningless and ridiculous. You may ask why. Something that is cheap cannot be the best. Something that is the best cannot be cheap. Then how can you have an expression like cheap and best? Does it make any sense? And one of the reasons Indians can't afford rich, expensive stuff, so third-rate stuff comes here and the best stuff goes to the US. We'll go back to the question. Some students are not happy with this discussion. Don't worry, I'm going to continue. These questions are related to what? Fillers. Question number 66, am I right? Yes or no? Programs aimed, before you see the options, you have to think of the preposition. What is a preposition? Aim at something. So which option is the answer? Fourth option is the answer. Programs aimed at development should consider all-round development rather than only economic development. All-round development, please write one word, holistic. Holistic development. Pollution has an, underline the indefinite article and. How many options can be considered? All the options. Your bad luck. So what is the answer here? Intrinsic. I've given the meaning of this word recently. What does it mean? Inherent, inbuilt, imbibed, intrinsic, all synonyms. You have written recently. Adverse, you have got this word also. Adverse means what? Negative. I gave the combination adverse report. At the time of passport verification, police report, they write either positive, negative, adverse report. Means what? Negative report. Adverse effect, hold that one. Inevitable effect. Can you use the word inevitable here? No. Active, not a positive word. Unrecoverable, not relevant. So what is the answer? Adverse impact or adverse effect on health. Answer is the second option. Have you got it right? Before attempting to solve any problem, we must try to its root cause. Underline the expression root cause. We must try to identify, obviously, we'll check other options. Question, no. Ignore, not at all. Attack, improve, no. So what is the answer? First option, identify the root cause. Once you identify the root cause, then you can find a solution. There is a saying in English, please write that saying. Usually we use, don't write the first one. The enemy known, half the battle is won. If you know an enemy, half the battle is won. I'll change that, please write now. If you know the problem, if you know your problem, half the problem is solved. If you know your problem, half the problem is solved. Usually we don't know the exact problem, so we beat about the bush, we don't get the solution. Question number 69, his father, him for his disappointing performance. Disappointing performance, negative. Father will praise or scold? Scold. So what is the first option here? Reprimand. Reprimand means in a way scold or to disapprove, to criticize in a mild way. In a company, they give a letter reprimand letter means a caution. There's not exactly scolding, it is like a warning. Reprimand, letter of reprimand. It goes with the workplace. Hold that one. But everyday English you could write scold, reprimand. Also write the word admonish. Admonish, right. Write the word admonish. Hold that one. Flattered. Flatter means what? Flattery. False praise. Please write the meaning of that. Flatter. False. F-A-L-S-E. False praise. You praise someone, but it is not sincere. It is not true. False. That is called flattery. Encouraged. Positive word. Frustrated him. Not correct. Absolved. Already you have got. Stop blaming someone. Stop accusing someone. Exonerate. Absolve. One and the same. So what is the answer here? The first option, reprimanded, is the answer. She could punishment only because of the judge's generosity. She could get punishment, but generosity is a positive word. Improve, not relevant. Encouraged, no. Control, not at all. What is the last option here? She could escape punishment. Why? Because of the judge's generosity. Escape punishment, there is one idiomatic expression. Please write that. Very important. They have given in SBI many a time. To go scot-free. To go scot-free means to escape punishment. To escape punishment. To go scot-free means what? Escape punishment. In our country, many politicians, they go scot-free. They escape punishment. Everyone knows he is a criminal. Today, if you take our parliament, it seems the other day I was listening to some minister, about 40% members of parliament, they have criminal background. They have some case or other. Very unfortunate. Do you know that? Yes. What is the question number now? 71 to how many questions? Oh, parajumble. God has managed the amazing feat of being worshipped and invisible at the same time. Do you think this is a first sentence? We'll take elimination approach. Hold that one. Millions of people might describe him. Underline the word him. Can it be the first sentence? No. Although, can it be the first sentence? This reveals, no. We need to heal this. We need to heal this gap. No. So what is the first sentence here? God has managed the amazing feat of being worshipped and invisible at the same time. Invisible at the same time worshipped. That is a paradoxical situation. What is, if you get the second one, second and third are difficult here. One is easy and the last again easy. Tell me what is the second sentence? B is the second sentence. You said B or C? B. Millions of people might describe him. Who is him here? The God. Millions of people might describe him as a white bearded father figure sitting on a throne in the sky, but none could claim to be an eyewitness. Now what is the third sentence? C is the third sentence. Although it does not seem possible to offer a single fact about the Almighty that would hold up in a court of law, somehow the vast majority of people believe in God, as many as 96% according to some polls. Third sentence, you got it? After that it is easy. So what is the next sentence? This means what? The situation reveals what? Reveal means disclose. This reveals a huge gap between belief and what we call everyday reality. No one has seen the God. So what is the last sentence? We need to heal this gap. So what is the correct order? How many of you have got the correct order? I appreciate all the students. Pleasant surprise. There is one person in the US by name Deepak Chopra. He has written a book, How to Know God. He is a very popular NRI, now an American. He talks about alternative lifestyle, how to practice meditation, how to practice yoga, what sort of food you have to take, all those things, spirituality. So God has managed first millions of people, second, although third, this reveals fourth, we need fifth. You have got it right. Be happy. Now 76 to 80, am I right? Spot the errors. Only one error or more than one? Only one. Although we are free for the last 45 years, please underline, I always tell, when you read a sentence, focus on the time phrase. What is the time phrase here? For the last 45 years, which tense does it go with? Two tenses. One is present perfect, the other present perfect continuous. So you have to recollect that. Although we are free, but we are free, which tense is this? Present tense, make a note. Or so, yet we continue to be economically backward. Now where is the error? Which part is not correct? The first part is not correct. What is the correct sentence? This we cannot use in ing form. You have to use present perfect. Then what is the right sentence? Although we have been, please write, although we have been free for the last 45 years or so, yet we continue to be economically backward. We have been free, that is present perfect, and the helping verb to be has been used as the main verb in the past participle form. To be, what is the past participle? Been. Satyajit Ray, who conceived, co-authored and directed a number of good films, was one of India's most talented film maker or makers. 1 second you can get it right. So where is the error? The last part. Filmmakers, not maker. Have you got it right? Part doesn't matter. You should know what the correct sentence is. Don't look at me like that. Neither the... This is a silly question. Where is the error? Is it or nor? I will try to save the time. Next one. The lawyer told his client, please underline the verb told, that he would, underline the word would, represent him only if he pays up his fee. Answer my question, how many verbs are here? Please answer the question, how many verbs? 2 or 3? 3. First one is in which form? Past. Second one, which form? Past. Third one, which form? Present. It should be in present or past. So what is the answer? Paid up. If he paid up. Anjali's performance in the drama was best than Deepali's but not as good as Vaishali's. Underline the word than. Than goes with which form? Comparative. Comparative, good, better, best. Best is superlative, not correct. So what is the answer? Better is the answer. Over. All the 5 over. Have I skipped any question? No. These are really tough. Please make a note, cat model. New pattern, but cat model. Deal. What is the word here? Deal. You see how many sentences? 4 sentences. You have to select the one with wrong usage. He has a great deal of support from the people. Right or wrong? Mark it right. His father deals in diamonds. Hold that one. Deal with this complaint the way you feel fit. This is right. At the outset, what you think, you respond. She was asked to deal 3 books to each student. Will you say she was asked to deal with or without with? She was asked to deal with 3 books. That is right. Or deal 3 books is right. Deal with 3 books is right. So what is the answer based on that? 4th option is the answer. His father deals in diamonds. That is no problem. Deals in what? Diamonds. C. I can't understand what she sees in him. That's always a $1 million question. I can't understand what she sees in him. Right or wrong? You guys are very sharp. I can still see through my daughter as she was years ago. Doubt, hold that one. The last 50 years have seen sweeping changes in technology. This is right, tick. She could not see the task through as she fell ill. See through something means to finish. Write the meaning of that. See something through or see through something means to finish something. Here something is what? The task. She could not see the task through as she fell ill. So it is also right. What is not correct here? The second option, I can still see through my daughter as she was years ago. It doesn't make any sense. 83. Millions in our country have known poverty for generations. They have known something, right or wrong. Take that one. She knows to write well, or she knows how to write well. Hold the second one. We don't yet know the solution to this problem. This is right. Many top politicos, please underline the word politicos, write the meaning politicians but not of good stature. Politicians with a negative connotation, please write that way. Politicians with a negative connotation, not respectable. Many top politicos were in the know of the scam for a very long time. At the outset, you may think this is wrong, but this is right. Please underline in the know. In the know means to be aware of something. Please write the meaning of that. In the know means to be aware of something. To be aware of something. So where is the error? This is also right. They were aware of the scam. Second option, what is missing here? She knows how to write well. Add the word how. She knows how to swim. He knows how to drive. That is a pattern. Look. She is looking really pretty in that pink dress. Right or wrong? Take that one. We are looking at the possibility of relocating. This is also right. There is a problem with the key. The key says this is not correct. It is absolutely right. We look to have good year in the B school. We look to have or we look forward to have. Which seems better. Hold that one. The business seems to be looking up this year. Looking up means progressing. Please write the meaning. Growing. The business is looking up means growing or progressing. That means what is right and what is wrong. We look forward. One word is missing. What is missing? We look forward to have good year in the B school. Answer is the third option. 85, mean. The average of 3, 4, 5, 8 and 10 is 6, whereas the mean is 5. Any error? Take that one. I believe I will be meant to the job. Are you disturbed or not disturbed? Does it sound right? Hold that one. His criticism of others is often petty and mean. Right. Write the meaning of that in this context. Mean means narrow-minded. Please write. Narrow-minded. Mean attitude, mean outlook, mean behavior, not positive, negative. His physical handicap makes his selection to the B school no mean feat. Someone achieves something against odds, no mean feat. It's a standard expression, nothing wrong with that. So where is the error? I believe I will be meant to the job. It doesn't sound right. I'm meant for the job. Write the correct expression. I am meant for the job. Means what? I'm the right person for the job. They tagged the telephone trying in vain. Please underline the expression in vain. Means no use at all. You try but negative result. To reach each other. Not sure. Hold this one. The shirt was tagged at rupees 1,500. Tagged. Price tag. So right. He moved on with several people tagging along. This is also right. The teacher asked him to add a tag question. Generally I say question tag, both are right. Tag question tag, both are right. Take that one. So what is the answer? First one is not correct. Okay. They tag the telephone, I don't know the context, they tag the telephone trying in vain to reach each other. Here tag means tie. Please write another meaning of tag. T-I-E. Descriptive paper, you take a white sheet and you write the answers. You take many sheets. Finally, what do? Tag. But exact context, I don't know. Shall I go to the next one? We have only 2 minutes. Hold. Can the roof hold all that weight? Right, tick that one. I want you to respond immediately. These are easy to some extent. The restaurant holds 400 diners. This is also right. Underline the word diner. Those who go to a place to have food. Diners. The rule holds in most cases. If you are good at English, you will think of one word. Please write the expression. Holds good. It holds good. So what is missing here? Good is missing, so hold that option. Let us hold till we have more data. Let us hold something till we have more data. Nothing wrong with that. So what is not correct here? The third option, the rule holds good in most cases. That's a standard expression. Which one? The rule holds in most cases. One word is missing. Holds means what? No, we don't use that way. It holds good. Holds is not complete. That's why I've written the word good. See, usage point of view, when it comes to this situation, we say it holds good. We ask the question, does it hold good in this situation? Answer, yes, it holds good in this situation also. Without good, it is not acceptable. I hope it's clear. Fine. 88, form. The captain of the team, generally low profile, was in unusual form during the crisis. If you follow sports, you say it is right. He is in a good form, bad form. The map shows the form of North America. Is the word right here? It is not the form. I think there is a term, I am not sure about the spelling, contours, the ups and downs and the geographical feature, not the word form. So that is not correct. And what is the third sentence? Being confined to one's house under house arrest is a form of punishment beyond any doubt. Confined means what? Restricted. The inflected forms of a word can be represented by a stem and a list of inflections to be attached. This is also right. Inflected form, grammatical term. So what is the answer? Second option is the answer. This story refers an incident during the Second World War. Generally, the word refer takes which preposition? To. Recollect that and hold the first sentence. He referred the complaint to another department. Do you find any error? No. Students asked several questions referring to what? Yesterday's lecture, right? The teacher constantly refers the students to their studies. Refers to their studies. This is also right. So what is wrong? First sentence is not correct. Why is it not correct? Because a preposition refers to something. Refers to what? An incident during the Second World War. There's a problem. This also, Key says a wrong option. Okay. What is the word set? Let us set the error down. Please set the error down. To inexperience means fix it on inexperience. Right or wrong? It is right. It is wise to set food. Food and money, and what is the context here? In case of a future emergency. Then will you say set food or set aside? Are you guys listening? Set aside some amount for unforeseen expenditure, for any emergency, for any contingency. These are the words we use. So one word is missing. Which word is that? It is wise to set aside. Conversational English also we say set aside some amount. A parent must set a good example. It's a standard expression. You should set a good example. Means what? You should be a role model. Please write the meaning. Set a good example means you should be a role model. So that is right. Evening was setting as I took the road over the hill. Where is the error? The second one is not correct. It is not, Satish.